you'd think, but my bad. We'll find out here in a second whether or not one of them needs to bow out. All right, that player is building a worker. This player is building a worker. We're good to go. It's their first tournament, so they don't even know about ready checks. Dude, joke's on them, actually. So.
Wow. My shit's all fucked up.
What's messed up about it?
I'm getting like super video lag, but if you guys aren't getting lag.
Oh, I am too. Maybe it's one of them.
Okay.
Conquest, don't film me now. No, I'm just messing around. I gotta remember to change out the scene switcher too. It's still using my personal overlays. We can't be having that. So
nice.
that's a matter of just deleting it out or whatever. But we're gonna go there. Our Terran blue player in the top right-hand corner of the map. It is Key.
And his opponent in the bottom left of the map, the red Zerg. It is Massdeath. I'm actually gonna close the stream preview that I have. Like I have a browser open, and it's just not happy at the moment. So
damn.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right, and I'm sorry about my scene switcher. It sucks too because I think when I kill it, it's gonna force start the thing to restart, but we'll just do it in the middle of a break, so it'll be all good.
Gotcha.
But yeah, let's look at this game real quick. These are our platinum players, so I'm not really ever sure what we're gonna get. It's not like they're completely different in terms of builds, but sometimes, you know, we do get something that will deviate from the norm. But so far, things look pretty standard unless we're up to a 3-rack Reaper. I'm kind of questioning the whole 2 barracks thing, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he just wants to be aggressive. Looks like he's going to open up with a Marine, so looks like he's not going to, you know, do any sort of crazy Reaper shenanigans or anything like that. Just going to get a nice defense, wall off 2 racks. Make sure he doesn't die to any Baneling, like early attacks or anything like that.
Yeah, and Key was saying that he's actually a returning player. He hasn't played StarCraft in quite a while, and this is the first time that he's coming back since, like, I think he said 2012 or something. So that's fucking hype, dude. I think it's really cool that players return to the game all the time. And I hope he does really good instead of just getting shit on and then gets all discouraged in the game or whatever. So we'll have to see how he does here. But either way, I think it's cool that, you know, as part of coming back, he entered in tournaments. Like, that's, you know, that's pretty badass in my opinion. So we'll have to see how he does here, man. So far, he's not up to any crazy Ling aggression or anything, so he should be able to hold in here. He's getting his natural down at somewhat of a normal time, too. So maybe he just wanted a lot of Marines to snipe the Overlords, man. Maybe he jokes on me about these 2 racks here. We'll have to see.
Yeah, the Overlord does come in and does get the scout off, so that CC being up on the high ground will be scouted by Massdeath, going into his own, or having that, you know, natural up for him. I'm sure he's feeling pretty comfortable seeing that. The Overlord eventually will die because of these Marines, so that's pretty nice. You know, it's going to slow Massdeath down just a little bit there.
Yeah. Delay the rest of the scouting a little bit too. So Massdeath is going to drop a Baneling nest behind this. So we'll see if maybe he's just going to try to poke on in here off 2 base, or whether he'll get that 3rd up and rolling here in a second. I don't know. We'll have to see. Huge supply block coming down here for Mr. Key. He'll need to get himself out of that. He does have a couple supply, supply depots coming in, and then he starts his factory behind this too. So
yep,
things are shaping up here.
Second factory, actually. Yeah, that should be interesting. He's got a tech lab on the first one. We'll have to see what he goes for on the second one. That base is now done and turning into an orbital. And back in Massdeath's base.
No, 1, not 2, but 3 factories. All right. Well, we definitely have our... Yeah, it was like 2, you can kind of go either way. Maybe he wants that Cyclone shit, but 3 pretty much guarantees we're going to have him back play. Oh, but this is good. On the other side of things, Massdeath gets his lair, so maybe that'll help out. Get those Nydus out, which might help him poke into this. But so far, we are off to a very non-standard game, and I really, really like it, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Whoa, double gas is being taken down here before. Okay, the CC's flying over. I was like, wait, is he going to build that? What? But yeah, so it does look like it's going to be heavy tank production, at least at the moment. More tech labs coming down on these factories. It looks like Massdeath wants to move out and take his 3rd, as well as there's a drone sitting at the position, and it just goes down now.
Yep. All right, so there we go. We're somewhat stabilizing here into a normal game. It's just weird. I mean, our Zerg player got layer rather early, and our Terran player is going extreme mech. So we'll have to see kind of how this develops here. He has a couple turrets coming down too, so just blindly that'll help him out a little bit for what's inevitably coming. And these tanks will help out a little bit too, and help him hold on to his base. I'm waiting to see if the Spire goes down immediately. That's kind of what I guessed, where I guessed he was going with this build. But I haven't seen it drop just yet, even though he has the gas to do it. So
Yeah, the Spire would just be like an absolute lights out against these tanks here, and the small Marine count at least. We don't see any add-ons on the barracks, so really just all in with these. Well, I guess there's some Widow Mines there that can help with the mutas, but it's really hard. You know, if the muta or if the Zerg player is paying attention, then they can just kind of go around the mines and never try and engage directly where the mines are.
Yeah. So still no Spire just yet either. I'm sure it's coming here, but he's going with Baneling Nest first, which will help out a lot. He already has all the links to make Banes too, so I don't hate that decision for sure. But kind of as you said, a Spire here would just be pretty much lights out. But because he hasn't really scouted in, he doesn't necessarily know that like we do. So maybe that's why he doesn't rush it out or something. If he would have poked in an Ovi, I'd imagine we would have got one dropped a lot quicker here. Nemo joining us in chat. Holy shit, man. That's crazy. We've never actually had a zombie in chat before. Someone who has returned from the dead. This is our... No, I'm kidding. That's fucked up. But nice to see you, Nemo. Glad to have you back, man.
To Massdeath's credit, I gotta say I really like this Overlord positioning. Taking a look at his vision here, he gets... Oh, wow. Wow, that really... We're not gonna... Sorry, that lagged at my computer, but I did actually get it. He gets to see all these things. He sees the tanks, the Marines, the CC. So this one Overlord is just money in terms of information, man. If it ever moves, though, it will catch Widow Mine shots to the face. So it should stay put.
Yeah, and I really like this decision, too, trying to poke in on these rocks. I'm definitely kind of a multi-pronged type of guy myself, so trying to poke in here, especially if it goes unnoticed, could be huge here. And for the most part, unless he sends something over there, it looks like he's going to just largely ignore it for now. He's scanning into the main too, so he's going to find out that the Spire is down now. So that's a pretty huge key. I'd imagine we're going to see turrets everywhere. But yeah, I think both players is making pretty decent moves here so far.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see a little bit more saturation down on Massdeath's third, and maybe, an attempt. He has 800 minerals, so an attempt to take a fourth, even if it goes down, you have the minerals. You're not going to be able to spend it on larva, and, you're waiting for your Spire. So now's a good time to just take the fourth because you have money, but we'll see if he goes for it.
Ooh, getting those gas up and early here, that'll help out a lot. I'd imagine when the mutas do come, they're going to come in numbers here. This will help out a lot. And as I said, we're getting those turrets kind of everywhere on the Terran side of things. I'd imagine he might do the Thor transition. I haven't seen the starport yet for even like the Vikings or anything there. So I'm kind of questioning how he's going to be like not picked apart here. But other than that, he seems to be doing okay. And at least he has the turrets and stuff. Oh, the Overseer coming in, getting off a huge scout here.
Absolutely, man. It's going to chill over the factories, everything, sees the barracks. I like these lings and this small pack of banelings onto the rocks on the right side. Eventually, they will make it through those rocks. And I was going to say the Widow turrets. Wow, dude, that's funny.
Widow turrets. God, that sounds so scary, dude. Don't even do that. I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
Turrets,
thanks, man.
Won't be very effective against these banelings here. So we'll have to see. Does this get a good amount of damage, man? This could get a bunch of probes or drones or whatever they're called.
Oh man, baneling speed finishes up just in time too. So these three banelings are headed into the mineral line. Oh my god, get off!
Nice.
So it was pretty good. Four workers. It definitely could have been a lot more there, but if he would have had the lings right there, they could have cleaned up all the damage. I was following the Banes, obviously, and I didn't see where the lings went. I'd imagine they just ran into the tank and died. So maybe just keeping everything together there would have been a little bit more productive. But hey, four drones is 4 drones, man, or SCVs rather. So.
Yep, absolutely. Cruel in chat. What's up, man? Nice to see you.
Yeah.
It looks like he liked, the damage that he got from that, damage in the back there. So he's gonna gear up maybe for another one of those. He's got lings over there. I really like that. It's a fairly low cost investment, and it's kind of just like, hey man, sometimes you find damage, sometimes you immediately get cleaned up, but all those times where you find damage, it can totally pay for itself.
Yeah, you might as well poke in and see either way. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Man, Widow turrets. Could you imagine just flying in and a turret pop up out of the ground and just start? Oh my god, dude, this stuff of nightmares. But no, where I'm getting at with this is I'm kind of questioning his A. Oh, okay, there we go, the Thor. I was like, I hadn't seen one come in yet, but now that he has one in production, I'm starting to like that a little bit. But I haven't seen the huge Immuta push just yet either. Massdeath chooses instead to get this 4th up and rolling, and he only has like the 6th flux so far. So maybe he'll switch over to a ridiculous number of Banes, which I think wouldn't be that bad of a call right now, than just jumping into straight Mutas. So.
Yep. Yeah, because once the Thor's out, like the longer this game goes on, the stronger Key's army is going to be.
Yeah.
Massdeath in this situation, the smartest thing to do is abuse the fact that that mech army is trying to power up and it's really immobile. So go take as many bases as you can. Try and get so you can kind of trade army and army and army. We'll have to see though, because sitting on Ling Muta right now, once this army decides to move out, especially with Thors in there, it's going to be really hard to crack.
Yeah, man, and Thors are being made 3 at a time. So even just one Thor, you'd be surprised at how many mutas it could take out. But 3 or 4 of them, like your mutas are pretty much worthless at that point. So we'll have to see if he's aware of that and if he kind of transitions out of it. What I do like coming down for him is that he's going with pathogen glands and infestors, so that will help out a little bit. But against all these tanks and stuff, it's not like there's going to be much bio to fungal or anything. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of questioning the comp choice or whatever you want to call it.
The comp choice.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No,
I don't know how this is going to trade versus tank Thor, you know?
Yep. It all comes down to the engagement. Is Massdeath going to be able to get those tanks before they siege? Because once this army gets sieged, it's going to be incredibly hard to break. It becomes this kind of just like rock in the middle of the map, this dead zone where Zerg can't go or anywhere around it.
Yeah. Marauder King saying he got his own command. Yeah, everyone, just in case you're the first time on the Nydus, Pinecone is sponsoring the tournament. He gave us the payouts for this for quite a few months in order for us to put this on. So we just wanted to give him a little command that kind of explained that he was our sponsor, because we are, you know, truly indebted to him for allowing us to put on this content. So huge shout out to Pinecone while we have this really quick lull in the game. But the Mutas are going to fly around and find out that there's quite a few turrets everywhere. Except for the main. There's only one. No, I'm just fucking around. But there is only one up here, so...
Yeah, and it looks like they're being a little tentative. They actually could just kind of fly in here. He's taking some damage. Looks like one Muta will go down. 2 Mutas actually go down for that. Mech army coming home here. So actually, even though he loses a couple Mutas, he draws the mech army home, and that mech army was chomping at the bit to come across the map and do some damage.
Yeah, so if you're the Muta player right here and you see 2 Thors and a little bit of bio, it's probably time to just completely stop making Mutas. But unfortunately, he still has 9 in production because of all of his upgrades were for air, you know. So I don't know, man. I hate to keep harping on it, but I really would like to see him maybe transition into Corruptors in a Greater Spire so he could get those Broodlords out, or I don't know. I'm not trying to be hard on the guy, but unfortunately, I've been down this path as a Zerg player, so I just kind of know where this leads, you know. So.
It's a sad place.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to be the Zerg player in this situation. That is too many Thors and too many tanks. So.
Yep, and it looks like he is going to move across the map. Now, the one thing I was going to say is Massdeath does do an attack down to the south there, and he gets 4 SCVs.
Yeah.
But it looks like Key will not fall for it. This time, he is going to continue to push through what little damage he takes. And here comes the fight. Baneling's coming in now. Going to take out these Marines. Easy peasy. The Thor is going to take a ton of damage. Where are the tanks? Dude, the tanks are seizing like... Oh, shit. Okay, so everything gets cleaned up because Thors are really tanky. But those tanks, man, actually weren't part of the fight at all.
Yeah, they didn't need to be, dude. Did you see what happened to the Mutas? They basically flew in, hit the Thor's splash damage, and they all died harmoniously. It was actually kind of scary. But unfortunately, this is kind of as we said. So Massdeath didn't make any incorrect moves except for just kind of the unit comp here. He was macroing along. He definitely had the supply. It was just unfortunately in the wrong units, and because of that, he couldn't really take this here. He definitely needed something to fight this extremely tanky mech army, and he didn't quite have it. He does have the Greater Spire coming down, and he does have a couple of Corruptors too, so it was like 20 seconds too late, and he would have been fine almost, you know? I really like to see where game number 2 is headed here, so...
Yep, for sure. Maybe you can make some slight adjustments. As far as it stands now, the game is not over, but it is extremely uphill from here for Massdeath.
Yeah.
The amount of health in this... Oh, Jesus Christ, those Corruptors. But the amount of health in this army is just too much. I mean, Lings on these Thors, drawing tank shots, that's nice.
Yeah.
But it will not be enough.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Lings are trying to reinforce the central rally point, and because of that, they're just running right past these Thors and just kind of getting negated on their way down. So he is going to try to make a little last move here and poke into this Thors, but, you know, Thor's a good unit, dude. I don't know. Oh, no! The Infestors are just headed down there, too. No. Okay, so at least he pulls those back. Those would have been an unnecessary loss. He's actually going to burrow them, too, so that's good. But there's nothing to fight this. A couple Lings isn't going to fight, you know, four tanks and 6 Thors, so... Oh, the Widow means, too. Yeah, this is just kind of a victory march, man. Super
rough times here for Massdeath.
And I gotta hand it to Key too. Look at his upgrades, man. Like he's starting 3-3-3-3. Like that's pretty damn impressive. We were kind of making jokes in the beginning about flat game, but damn, I think these guys played rather well, dude.
Yep, absolutely. Oh man, Widow Mines take out all the remaining Lings there. The Thors are continuing in. Neural is coming down, but as you said, this is a game of just being about 20 seconds too late with stuff. You know, Massdeath, as you said, I'd like to see him as he heads into game 2 here, what types of adjustments he could make.
Yeah.
Because you could see he has a lot of right ideas for this. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to get Infestors and Neural Parasite all these Thors, you know? But, I'm going to get Mutas and counter the tanks early, you know, when he saw that shit. So I liked what I was seeing from Massdeath, but this mech army is... Okay, here we go, dude. Neural Parasite.
Yes, Neural Parasite on the Thors, man. That was a beautiful move. I always